This is Don Gillespie. We're talking to Pastor Tom Whiting. Pastor Whiting, how are you today?
I'm very well, in
Great.
spirit, in soul, wonderful, in the body, as if I'm pulling a big trailer along the road.
Great. Pastor Whiting, you've had many, many wonderful experiences with God and the Holy Spirit, and hopefully over the next few weeks we're going to be documenting some of those experiences. But before we get into that, just tell us a little bit about your early life. You were in Wales and the mines and things like that, and your parents or your sister was involved with the Welsh revival. Tell us some of your early recollections.
From childhood?
Yes.
All right. I was privileged to be born of a Christian mother. Her mother was a Baptist believer known as a prophetess in the Welsh revival of 1907. At 5 years of age, I was smoking a cigarette. At 11, I was gambling with other boys for money. But when I was 12 years of age, I opened my eyes one summer's morning and saw a person standing at the bottom of my bed. It was an angel. And the second morning, I was on my right side, opened my eyes again, and saw another angel.
What happened after that?
After that, in my early teens, I stole, with some other friends, from the sweet shops and got converted when I was 16 years of age.
So how did that conversion take place?
Through the prayers and the activity of my mother, who was concerned about my behavior with the gangs. And I went to a Baptist service one Sunday morning and was interested in what the preacher had to say about God talking to a man called Moses outside a burning bush which was not being destroyed. 3 days later, after that experience at church, on the way home from the mine at 3:30 in the afternoon, I stopped and recalled what the preacher had said. There was a God up there in heaven who was able to change me if I believed in the death and resurrection of his Son. I thought for a moment, is that true? If it's true, why not ask him? If it isn't true, what have I lost? So on the side of the road, on the way home from the mine at 3:30, I looked up to heaven and I said, God, the preacher reckons you're up there. I don't know whether that's true or not. And he reckons that if I will believe that your Son died for me on the cross and rose again the third day, that you can change me. I'm willing to believe that. Will you change me? And believe it or not, I felt that something had happened. A week or so later, I was baptized in water in the Baptist church. That was the beginning of my Christian life.
Did your friends back in those days ridicule you at all?
Oh, they left me. My Baptist friends left me when I went to the Pentecostal service, but that's another point.
Right. But what about when you went down into the mines? Tom Whiting suddenly found Jesus. I can imagine it was a pretty rough bunch.
Oh, yes. But I was a good worker. I was regarded as the second best mine worker as a teenager in the second largest colliery in South Wales. And they respected my Christian conviction because of the ability I had. At 18, they put men under me, which was against the law. But the officer said, you know more about this work than the men, so I'm putting you in charge.